Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot, Jalen Wilson. Jalen, how you feeling, bro? I'm excited for this episode. The reason that I'm excited for this episode, I believe that you and I both care. Like, even when we talk, like, I wish we could record some of our conversations over the phone. I think our favorite style of commentary is, when we talk college football, is editorial style pieces, and we're doing a few editorial style pieces where we're kind of getting into various nuances instead of just talking about game previews. Super excited about that. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. Can't really complain. Friday, good. Brother got a first game tomorrow, so yeah.
I'm not sure if those referees are ready for you again, bro. Like,
I'm actually chilling.
I'm not sure if Decatur Public Schools is going to be willing to deal with that. My dog D now in the building. Shout out to my dog D now. What's happening, Playboy? Also, D now, let me know be in here or in the chat if you want me to add you back to the. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know. So, I'd like to talk about today, man. Let's get to it. Whoa. That's what happened when you doom scrolling. So first topic we're going to get into is our top 5 coaching spots in college football. And I wanted you to kind of open up this piece. Like, what do you think are the ones that are open? What are the top spots? What order are those top spots in your opinion?
LSU. Florida.
Numero uno. Okay.
LSU, Florida. I went Virginia Tech at 3 because they haven't locked up James Franklin yet, if I'm not mistaken. As of right now.
No, not yet. But the rumors are swirling that's what James Franklin, and that's a home run hit. I think the fan base would be incredibly happy about that.
Penn State. Only Virginia Tech in front of Penn State because whoever comes at Penn State has to win like 10 games instantly, or else you're in trouble by year 2. Won't get fired, but you're gonna be teetering with some fans by year 2. Number 5. You might be surprised, but I got Ole Miss. Why? Because at this point, Lane Kiffin's probably gone. He shouldn't leave. I think it's a dumb move to leave, but Lane Kiffin's probably gone.
Okay.
Like LSU over Florida, because I feel like LSU, while Florida is probably more of a hotbed for talent, LSU I feel like is the bigger brain, and I just feel like as the past couple years, past decade plus, LSU is just more recognizable than Florida, and I feel like they're just overall the better football program in Florida. Like, you have more to sell there if I'm a coach. The resources are probably similar, but
yeah, I think the resources are in the same market. When I think of plentiful resources in college football, I think about Oregon before anybody. Then I start thinking about Notre Dame and what they've been doing in television for a very long time. And I think that you could look at LSU and Florida as well. Who is more S tier in your opinion? If you had to pick one, as it pertains to resources, who is more plentiful? You think is it LSU or is it Florida as it pertains to resources? Because we've seen coaches have success at both being able to recruit, and I feel like D now knows something. What do you know, D now? You think Urban Meyer is going back to Florida? That would be crazy.
I thought I just saw Urban Meyer just say like he wasn't interested in coaching college football.
I'm sure his family isn't interested in him coaching college football, but it's easy to say that until that money's on the table. Oh, no, to Penn State. Okay. Yeah, it's easy to say that until this money is on the table. I've been trying to silence these notifications, man, and it's annoying. Like, I'm about to mute Discord all again. I'm about to uninstall Discord on my desktop.
I've been muted my Discord notifications.
So they're muted. They're muted on my phone. They're just not muted. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in a college football chat, and they just always talk trash.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's all I said. Yeah, I'm like, God dang, bro, can I live? Can we talk about college football? So I think the LSU situation just became interesting. I'm not sure if you saw what happened with the AD there, and then the governor of the state of Louisiana.
They're like not agreeing on something, right? Like it's a little bit.
So all the governor is saying is like, hey, like the taxpayers of the great state of Louisiana now have to pay what you did. He was like, you were responsible for hiring Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M. You know what I'm saying? Huge buyout. And then you come here and you hire Brian Kelly, and it's the same thing. It's another huge buyout. You're now responsible for the 2 top highest buyouts in the history of college football. This is one man who's responsible for both of those. So I feel like now we see like this grand issue at LSU. So not only did you lose your head coach in Brian Kelly, who I thought was never a fit, who you thought was never a fit. I believe D now never thought it was a fit as well. I never thought it was a hand and glove fit. I just thought they just went and got it. They felt that could make a splash. I didn't agree with people when they said he was a fit. I've never been a Brian Kelly fan. I don't think you've ever been the biggest Brian Kelly fan.
Really, nah.
Hasn't been the biggest Brian Kelly fan. Like when people were predicting LSU could win it all this year, I just didn't see it. Not because they didn't have the talent. They have an immense amount of talent. But the reason I didn't see it is because I never believed in Brian Kelly and what he could bring to the table. If a guy got to fake his accent, bro, whether I like it or not, I'm going to always say Merlin the way I say Merlin. I don't say Maryland. You know what I'm saying? I will never try to change it for anybody else. I'm always going to say it Merlin the way that I say it. You feel me?
Do people really say Maryland? Oh no, I say Mara, like Maryland.
You say Maryland? Everybody say Mer, so it's like Merland. It's like MER land. Maryland. Yeah. You know, that's how we all say it. So say, how do you feel about that?
KT say Illinois.
No, because I'm gonna make sure I say it without the S. If I'm not paying attention, I say Illinois quickly. You know what I'm saying? But I would, because you asked me to say it, I'll make sure I say it without the S. But that's why Dino said he believed that LSU can't be won because of all of the turmoil that they got right now. When the governor is on, various platforms talking about the AD and some of the issues that he has caused, and then the AD stepped down from it. Like, dude, listen, if I am the athletic director at Louisville, I'm sorry, at LSU or Louisville, I don't care where the hell it's at. At the end of the day, though, because of who I am as a person, who I am as a man, Jalen, who you are as a man, and the people that surround us as men, we wouldn't allow somebody else. Like, I'm gonna say something back. I'm like, man, F you, dog. Like, who you think you is, bro? Like, I don't care who it is. Like, whether it's somebody, I don't know if TAD deemed him as an authoritative figure. Like, I don't care who you is, bro. You say
you might just see yourself as an authoritative figure. Like,
man, ain't no way I'm going for it though. Like, ain't no way I'm going for it.
Yeah.
So that's why I can see in some ways why people would think, but the resources in Gainesville are plentiful. It's just like, what now? Like, if they've swung and missed on the last few coaches, and the guy that they probably should have kept and gave a little bit more time is in UNLV now and Dan Mulling. So I'm not sure. So, in the beginning, how I was saying, if Lane Kiffin is offered, he's going to Florida. Like, that was my belief. Hey, and then it was like, if Lane Kiffin is offered, he's going to LSU. Now I'm not so certain he leaves, because you start to look at the trajectory that the programs are on, and it's like, all right. Did you see your coach? You see your dog Eddie O?
Oh yeah. People reading it. Oh yeah, he knows shoot. He couldn't. The dude couldn't coach. He sucked. He lucked up on like one of the greatest teams, if not the greatest team of all time. But I mean, definitely better than that 0-1 Miami team. But
I think people forget. You know what I'm saying? You just remember Ayla. I mean, at least we won a championship with Ed Orgeron. But I think people kind of forgot what that ending was like or why it had to end.
It was terrible. That's why I got fired.
Yeah,
it wasn't I had to retire because of medical reasons. No, you sucked. You got fired. we knew where it was going. Like,
exactly.
I'm sorry. If Ed Orgeron was the coach right now, they'd probably be 7-6, 8-5 every season. Maybe 9 wins, but no more than that.
Hold on. The governor of a state can tell an AD he has to step down.
Oh,
or it's just like a Deep South thing. Yeah, they pretty much saying that he made the dude Scott Woodward step down. Like, I don't know if that's hey Jalen, listen, bro, I had to see me, bro. Like, ain't no age discrimination here. You talk crazy to me and you happen to be 70 years old, I'm going to put these hands on you. I don't care, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that.
So how do you feel about Penn State? Because I've never deemed Penn State as a place, even though they've always recruited really well, but I haven't deemed them as a place where the resources are plentiful and they're willing to go spend the money that they need to go spend. Like, when we think about that team, like, when the last time have they had like a super stud, numero uno, number one wide receiver? When was the last time?
It was Jahan Dawson.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson. I love Jahan Dotson. I probably would, when I say stud, but Jahan Dotson was a stud. He was drafted in the first round. I can't take that away from him. Allen Robinson would be one of the first people that came to my mind. But I don't know. Like, we know that's been an area of concern for them for a few years now, and they still haven't addressed it. Like, how do you feel about Penn State now? Has it changed in your mind? Do you think maybe they should have kept Franklin? I don't think they should have kept Franklin. I don't at all.
I honestly don't think they should have kept Franklin.
Mhm.
But it's hard to find an upgrade. I saw somebody say, "Oh man, the next coach has to at least have a championship." I'm like, first of all, Penn State is not this like, oh my gosh, championship. This decade, bro, y'all got two. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I think y'all got two. Maybe, I think under both with Paterno.
Yeah, both, yeah. Both was with Paterno. Yes, I don't know why I just caught a blood. I think I've tried to delete him and the Sandusky dude out of my mind mentally.
Yeah, like cool, but it's not like y'all like a championship level, just like championship level program year in year out. No, right. Like y'all not that. I almost got. I saw news that like, oh man, they was talking to Matt Rule, but it was a fake account. Not Matt Rule, it was Sam Pittman.
The no 3 instead of on 3.
It wasn't on 3. It was ESPN. It was the ESPN one.
ESPN college football. They almost got me, bro. Like, dog. Like, I gotta I started blocking a lot of things earlier in the season, like the Shador Sanders. He was one of the words. D-Now helped me out with a few words that I need to block. I need to go block some of these accounts. Like, it'd be funny sometimes. Like, you know how they're saying in NBA, you got Centel. Like, I think that's funny, bro. But I guess they kind of cater themselves to be NBA. Is it NBA Central that they're trying to be? But then they just say you know NBA Centel. Yeah. I don't know, bro. It like I can laugh at it with college basketball and NBA, but like with college football, I get so pissed off about it, bro. Like I get so angry about it. I guess because I care more about college football. So
I don't mind. I don't really get laugh at it. I kind of just scroll past it. The NBA wouldn't be funny though to me. Like they posted that they said Bronny dressed up as an NBA player. I thought that was hilarious.
Bro, like people be on Bronny's head top. So what do you think Lane Kiffin ends up at? Like, we know that he's the hottest commodity in college football. I now have, and typically I don't retract or take a few steps back from a take.
Yeah.
But now it's like I listened to what you said, and it was somebody else who said it as well, that they believe that like Nick Saban said he believed like, yo, he can really win in Oxford and build something special and do it the way that he wants to do it versus going with somebody else, and those expectations intensify because the resources are more plentiful. So what do you think Lane Kiffin ends up when it's all said and done, when the smoke clears?
To be honest, I mean, where he's at right now. Like, I know some people think about Penn State. Is Penn State really upgraded from Ole Miss? I don't think so.
Now, if you'd have asked me that question 5 years ago, hell yes. Why are you even asking me that question?
Yeah.
I think now that narrative has changed. I think I would have to agree with you.
Yeah. Florida resource-wise is probably upgrade, but I don't feel like I feel like Ole Miss, he just fits Ole Miss. Like Florida, cool.
I would still say Florida and LSU are upgrades over Oxford, Mississippi. Only because I think when you're trying to sell a program, and you know it's like we're playing NCAA 14, right? Like you going for the facilities, you're going for the conference prestige, but also like what is there to do in Oxford? You know what I'm saying? Other than play football, maybe that's what's good. Go to school and play football versus a party town like Gainesville or party town like Baton Rouge. But you gotta be careful down there because you can get pilled down there, Jones. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that's a great question. So in Oxford, can we continue to further this conversation?
Yeah.
Did you have something you wanted to add before we further the conversation?
Oh no, I mean I was just gonna say I don't know, like I get it, but you leave in a good situation to where you already built this team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you just add a couple more pieces, you right there. Versus you go to LSU, go to Florida, you gotta to where they're gonna have talent. You haven't built a team to where you like it built, so. You might not have like championship contending success there year 1, year 2, maybe not like year 3, year 4.
So it's like the old adage, the devil you know. You know what I'm saying? Like things may seem shiny and bright over there, but you should probably stay put. All right, well, let's take this a step further. From what I've been hearing, James Franklin is pretty much a shoe-in Blacksburg. I think that's a home run hit for him. I think that's a home run hit for the program. A program that took the time to go get somebody like Bruce Arians to consult to see who should be the next head coach. Also, they're willing to spend money. We know they got like a $200 million in a pot that what he say? Jalen is glad that Illinois don't got to play Iowa this year.
Oh my God, we would beat y'all.
Like bro. Minnesota, Wisconsin. Hey, dude, Iowa looks good. Iowa is literally like 4 plays away from being undefeated. Literally like, 4.
I get it. We lost to Washington. We lost to Ohio State. We lost to Indiana. We are still beating Iowa. Like, I actually hope y'all are. I'm actually hoping that y'all are on the schedule this season, but y'all will.
You guys always go back and forth. That is hilarious. So
it's cool. We just beat them in basketball.
So let's say, and we talked about Braden Smith yesterday, which is funny. Let's say that James Franklin does go to Virginia Tech, and let's say Lane Kiffin does stay put. So what does now Penn State do? What does LSU do? What does Florida do? Do you think Dan Lanning will actually leave Eugene? I think that's the unleavable job in college football. I don't think you leave there.
He already put an end to that. Like,
did he? Okay.
Yesterday, he said like the only way we leave. He basically said the only way he's leaving Eugene is if he isn't winning. So
okay. So he put it into that yesterday. Matt Rule was given a contract extension. Penn State gets Brom or Summerall. That will be outstanding. If somebody goes and gets Jeff Brom, that'll be an outstanding coach. But Jeff Brom's going to want to do it his way, and it's going to be disciplined, unparalleled. I promise you that. So yeah. So what happened?
Whoever did Matt Rule down, but I don't think he was taking. He wasn't taking nobody to the next level.
Matt Rule. So you think he stayed put? He did just get an extension yesterday, by the way. So you think he stayed put?
Y'all got lucky.
Huh?
So Florida, Penn State, LSU got lucky.
Okay. With the extension, he got lucky. So who do they go get to where the fan base, the boosters, the donors, the people on the message boards are be like, okay, I'm happy with this. D-Now has some outstanding suggestions. He said Brom or Summerall for Penn State. You think they'll be happy with either one of those coaches? I'm a huge fan of both.
Yeah. I was thinking like a dark horse hire, maybe be like Matt Campbell for Penn State, but I don't feel like he would for Penn State.
Okay.
We talking about we talk about.
I'd be wanting them to be good, but I'm not sure.
we talking about we talk about Lashley, SMU. Remember I mentioned him.
Yeah.
He like I can see him going to Florida. I don't feel like he really fit LSU, but I feel like he would fit Florida. Maybe not Penn State either.
What about if Florida State job opened up? I could definitely see Rat Lashley taking over.
Yeah,
Mike Norvell as Florida State head coach for sure.
Yeah, like especially if Castellano stayed. Like I feel like Castellano would be a quarterback he could do well with.
I agree.
I'm surprised nobody tried to go after Mike Bobo. I mean, not that I think he's like this almighty coordinator, but I seen some fans talking. Please, like I saw some fans talk about.
I think with Mike Bobo, I think this is the conversation that you get. Georgia fans are infuriated with him as an offensive coordinator. We seen him as an offensive coordinator in Auburn. It didn't work with Brian Harsin as head coach. We seen him as head coach at Colorado State, and he took a pay cut in order to stay an additional year. Still didn't get the success that he deserves. I believe him going to Athens, becoming an analyst, because he was an analyst for the program before he became offensive coordinator. I think it's a great fit.
Was coordinator.
So, yes. When Monken went to the Ravens, and then that's when he went from analyst, because he already knew the system, to offensive coordinator in Athens. I think if he gets a head coaching job, is it disrespectful to say the route might be better for him at the G5 ranks?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, look at his track record. It isn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just not.
And the sport is getting younger. In all fairness, and no disrespect to
Yeah.
Mike Bobo, but the sport is definitely getting younger.
I've
So
seen some crazy ones though. I seen somebody throw out Joe Brady. I'm like, Joe Brady's not. He's closer to a head coaching job in the NFL than a head coaching job in college. Not happening.
I could see him going to LSU.
I couldn't. That's a downgrade. I could become an NFL head coach probably next season, or go to college. Right, because I'll become LSU's head coach. You choose the NFL for college.
Which one you think had the better stability? Colin Klein should definitely get some interest to what he's doing in College Station right now. He should certainly get some interest. But if Lane Kiffin stays put, right, and James Franklin is almost a shoe-in Blacksburg, but we've seen stranger things because we still got some time left in the season, then are any of these programs happy with any of these hires? Because I think LSU wants Kiffin. I think Florida wants Kiffin. I think Penn State wants Kiffin. Like, is there a guy that they can hire and say, okay, we'll be happy with it? Dan Lanning is staying put. A lot of people aren't big fans of Lincoln Riley. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I don't think Lincoln Riley wants to leave USC.
USC
right either. I don't know. Lashley's one of the names.
But would that be deemed a home run hit by Florida?
Probably not.
Penn State. By Penn State, I don't think it's deemed a home run.
Liberty head coach name that come to mind.
He Chadwell. He hasn't even been doing good this year. So I don't even think he'd be lucky if he has his job next year in Lynchburg. They've been playing horrible.
But I feel like Power 5 programs will give you grace if they like, okay, you group of 5, you did good. You're gonna have a down year at some point.
Yeah. So he did good. He did good at Coastal. Did good at his first year at Liberty. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a struggle. I'm just not sure. And even though like this coaches carousel is about to be crazy, some young guys like Klein, Hartline, and Reese will be big name moves. I agree with that. I can see Will Stein on the move and going somewhere, but I'm not sure.
Oregon fans are begging for that too.
Yes. Will Marcus Freeman go to LSU?
I was actually just thinking Marcus Freeman,
but would he go to LSU?
I don't feel like that's an upgrade. I feel like that's at the point he's at. I feel like that's a downgrade.
Okay, we got to talk about this. So Notre Dame is a downgrade. I'm sorry, LSU is a downgrade from Notre Dame based on what exactly?
I feel like stability.
Okay.
Championship contention.
Okay.
That honestly might be it. I feel like the resources. I don't know if the resources are better at Notre Dame than LSU. I
think it could be argued. I think it'd be argued for both programs. I think you can, because Notre Dame, you think the TV deal with NBC, you think, hey, you're on national television every week with Notre Dame. Like each and every week you're on national television. Are the resources more plentiful? What about the roster construction? I'm not sure. But when Brian Kelly made that move, I'm sure he thought at the time that that things would be better.
Yeah, and I like Notre Dame's roster construction right now, at least on offense. Prestige. Defense still needs some.
I agree with you now. That's a key word right there.
What?
Prestige. The prestige of coaching at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And maybe he wouldn't want to make the same mistake Brian Kelly made.
I honestly don't feel like he wants to leave Notre Dame. Like, he hasn't showed me any signs where he wants to leave. He's winning right now. Right now, they will get into the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Which, Katie, I told you
that should be good.
I told you.
Yeah, you did. You did tell me that would happen. I didn't see it happening, but they was able to turn it on though. I didn't see it happening. It was Memphis Bleak after they started the season 0-2. But they had to buy and they was able to get it together. And they were close losses to really good teams.
I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State tries to go after like a Big Ten coach. I wouldn't be surprised they try to contact Brett.
Brett Bielema?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a home run hire though for the program. But, even though we see the job that he's done, that he's done in Champaign, and people don't remember how bad it was after Lovie Smith left. So
before
we
Lovie
know
Smith out there after Lovie Smith,
So I don't know if that's still a home run hire for that program.
It's not. But I feel like it's possible to get a home run hire for LSU in Florida. Penn State, it's you got a 20% chance because where James Franklin got you, that kind of it was home run.
I think Eli Drinkowitz will probably be a home run hire for both programs. I think according to the fan bases, they'll be cool with a Eli for LSU and Florida. I think they will be cool with an Eli Drinkowitz hire.
Yeah,
Phil Parker's name has been floated. Now, I think that's a home run hit. I think that's a home run hit if Penn State is able to do that. But I'm not sure he leaves. I don't think he leaves Iowa City, man. Them defenses, I just not sure how he does it.
Yeah, for Penn State, it's a lot harder because the home run has to be a third baseman like James Franklin was.
Yeah,
like, I agree. You ain't gonna go home with him. You gonna get inside the park, and then he gonna be able to get third base, but he ain't gonna be able to get home.
He can get a triple out of it, but he ain't in the park home run. I feel you there. So we talked a little bit about James Franklin going to Virginia Tech. How do you view this move? We kind of heard my feelings on this move and my perspective on the move. Okay,
it's good. He knows the East Coast. He knows. Would y'all count Virginia Tech in the DMV area?
We don't consider it DMV, but I think where Brent Pry struggled a little bit is the DMV talent.
Yeah, so he would still keep that connection with the DMV talent.
Yeah, he would have to.
And everything. It's good. I mean, I feel like it'd be good. Like, I know me and you was on the phone. You mentioned they could be. You said like in the running for the ACC championship, maybe potentially first year.
Year one, just depending on what he's able to do via the portal. Because year one and year two, you get some of your players, but I think year one he will be so active in a portal and say, hey, you see what Georgia Tech is doing right now? You see what SMU did a year ago? You see how Miami has been trending in the right direction? That's what we can do here. And I think those kids, if they're able to see what that fan base is like, and that fan base deserves it, and the fact that Virginia Tech is willing to put out the money, I guarantee this. I bet anybody this. I don't care how much money we're trying to bet. I bet that Virginia Tech is in top 5 and most money spent heading into next season. I guarantee that. They are going to spend money like we've never seen before. It's going to be unparalleled. I promise you. And with a guy like James Franklin, I think he'll be able to get some talent over there.
He should be able to. I don't see where it's a bad hire for anybody of Virginia Tech's caliber. James Franklin's not a bad hire. James Franklin would be an upgrade. Honestly, if I'm Nebraska, I fire Matt Rule right now. I hire James Franklin.
I actually like that.
Crazy enough.
I would like that, but I would like that though.
Like you it's not like you're taking a risk, but I feel like it's a good risk.
I think the biggest thing that James Franklin may have going for him, other than the fact that they're going to be willing to spend money. D-Now said, hell no. Yeah, I'm not all the way sold. I'm not sold on James Franklin, but I would be sold on him as a head coach of Virginia Tech. I'm not all the way sold on Matt Rule either. I can't sit here and lie. If Pitt State doesn't make the right hire, James Franklin may be able to cherry pick some of those people with eligibility left. Like, come on down here to Blacksburg. You're not playing the same competition. You're going to dominate down here. We'll get you to the NFL. I think that'll be interesting if he's able to do that.
Yeah. Also, I'm not talking about D now, but just like people in general that don't really keep up with college football week to week. James Franklin has like a bad reputation on this thing.
He does.
But people let that cloud the good that he's done with Penn State.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Yeah. Like he's had multiple 10-win seasons there. He's had them ranked top 5 multiple times, if I'm not mistaken.
He can recruit really well.
He's had key players, Saquon to be exact, Miles Sanders to be exact. Tracy McSorley.
Your dog.
Like Deshaun Hamilton. People forget about him. Jahan Dotson, Parker Washington, Nick Singleton. They've had players under James Franklin. It's just that he's not been able to get it done all the way. So, 100%. So some people let that cloud he ain't all that. It wouldn't be all that high, but it really would. And I feel like that happens a lot around sports and everything.
But that's what comes with teams with championships. That's what comes with the program who say, hey, we're here. That, very educated and intelligent fan base that they have there. But it's like, hey, man, our fans show up. 111,000 strong, week in and week out. And we had one of the best brands. You start looking at recruiting over the last 10 plus years and how well that they've recruited. but it seems like they at times were comfortable with being good enough. Like you can't get comfortable at all with being good enough. Like you just can't.
Yeah.
That's not the sport of college football. So I definitely hear you where he has done some good there, but sometimes recency bias will.
I have a question too.
Mhm.
Why are some college football programs scared to take a shot on the coordinator? I get it's a risk, but I feel like some programs just be scared to take a shot at like coordinator sometimes. Like sometimes you see all these coaches get recycled. You see it sometimes in NFL, NBA, college basketball. I feel like you see it in college football starting a little bit more.
I think you see. I think heading into the season, we knew that this coach's carousel was going to be coordinator oriented. Like we start thinking about the Kane Womacks, we start thinking about the Glenn Schumans, we start thinking about the Will Steins.
Well, I feel like it has to be now because lots of
the thing is, we didn't expect BK to be available. We didn't expect James Franklin to be available. We didn't expect Billy Napier to be available, and that's a name we haven't even mentioned. But he could take one of these jobs. Like in all honesty,
we kind of expected it to be coordinator, like
heavy we thought it would be coordinator centric.
I feel like lots of the great coaches or lots of the really good coaches now aren't leaving their position because they're in such a good position of where they at. So, it's like the Dan Lane thing. Yeah, he got hired as a coordinator, but it ain't no way he's leaving Oregon now. Like, there's just no way. Fran Brown, is another one. Like, there's no reason for him to leave Syracuse. So
that's a great point. And D now mentioned a really good question. He said if Virginia Tech is okay with 8-4 every year, it's a home run hire. They were 3-5 this year. They probably won't be bowl eligible. 6-7 a year ago, 7-6 the year before that, 3-8 the year before that, 6-7 the year before that, 5-6 the year before that, 8-5 in 2019, 6-7, 2018, 9-4, 2017, 10-4, 2016, 76, 76, 85, 85. And then they
haven't really seen crazy.
Yeah, they haven't seen a bunch of
since like the Kyle Fuller days, if I'm not mistaken, Cam Chancellor maybe days.
I wonder
like late 2000s, early 2010s.
And then Logan Thomas had some success there. Tyrod Taylor had success as well.
And
I wonder
Beamer era, right? In the
Oh yeah. Frank Beamer could coach. I wonder. I got to shake his hand too at that one of the dopest moments that happened to me this year. I wonder if Virginia Tech, because I think they'll probably wait till the end of the year to make whatever announcement this is. They may not. I could be completely wrong. But if Shane Beamer comes available, who do you think they would prefer?
Oh, I would probably prefer James Franklin still.
Yeah, me too.
Even though Beamer has the Beamer connection, James Franklin has a better track record. And if you want to win, you go Franklin.
They're not on the money with these questions. So yeah, I think for now they will be at some point they will get sick of it. Now, but I think if you went like 8-4 the first 2 years, maybe with like linear progression, is it like maybe like 9-3, 30? I think the fan base will be comfortable with that. They just got tired of losing. Like they lost to Old Dominion at home. Old Dominion is the little brother that they invite for every homecoming, so you can put hands and feet on Old Dominion. Old Dominion put hands and feet on them at Lane Stadium. It's ridiculous. Great question here by D now, Jayla. I'm about to ask you right now. How would you feel if Alex Golish from USF went to Penn State? I feel like he would be the hire that a lot of people would be comfortable with because of success in 2022 at Tennessee. Like, okay, I wouldn't mind that either.
Yeah, he's had success at Tennessee as OC. He's had success at USF right now. So
a lot of success. Yes.
Like
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I would.
It's probably not a hire. It won't be seen as a home run. It's more of a. It's more of a. It has to be like a inside the park hit, and the team has to make errors. Like like they got to try to throw it to second base. Oh, the catcher drops it, and now you get to run third, and maybe he might get to run home. But
I think in the minds of people who follow the sport the way that all of us follow the sport, they be like, "Yo, we haven't had nothing going offensively. We know that this coach, albeit in the American, could put up points and munches. We know that they're going to play really fast. He did it in 2022 with Jalen Hyatt, who's done nothing in the NFL. He did it with Hendon Hooker, who has done nothing in the NFL.
Just got to get the personnel.
Yeah, he would have to get the personnel, but I think he would be able to get some of that personnel. And because he's already developed his pipelines in Florida, some of the speed that Penn State has lacked on the outside and guys that can make plays on the outside will be interesting. Question is, for me, does Byron Brown have another year of eligibility?
I have no clue, actually.
Would you take a flyer on him to Penn State if Alex Golish got that job?
I would look at him, but he wouldn't be my first option.
He wouldn't be your first option. That's fair. He's 21 now. He just
Sometimes
turned
like
21,
2
so
more
yeah,
years.
another year. Yeah, he has another year, and then he had a redshirt year last year, so he may have 2 years of eligibility. So yeah, Alex Golesh did. I think that's an outstanding question, but yes, I will certainly think that that's a great hire. There's coaches I think that are good hires. Whoever gets Summerall is getting an outstanding coach. Like we know that for sure. Ryan Silverfield. When are we going to start hearing his name in the mix and the success that he's been able to have at Memphis? It's just so many. But you asked a great question as well, Jalen. But like coordinators, like when are we going to start pushing coordinators? I thought this year was the year for coordinators. It's just so happened that there's some big names available. I guess we'll just have to see where the chips fall, brother. All right, so let's talk about this USC Nebraska game. And like I always do, what's the current mood right now in SoCal? How you think they're feeling right now about their program? Where the program is headed?
Good.
Probably?
It's like 70 degrees. Could be better. You know, could have a win here and there. Could it be Notre Dame?
It could be undefeated.
Illinois. Yeah.
It could be undefeated.
Things don't go their way. Now it's looking like, they're not going to be in the playoffs. But I think things are going well. Like, so, like, I look at them like, if I'm a USC fan, I see moments where we slipped up. You're like, dang, if we would just won this game, made this catch. If we didn't do that stupid trick play against Notre Dame that led to a fumble.
Why are you triggering me, dog? I'm still mad about that, bro. You call a reverse, bro. You know how many times I've seen reverses in air raid playbooks that ended with a pass.
And it's funny because I think they just went down the field to drive before that.
They was just driving right down the field, and then in the rain, albeit you have a receiver with wet gloves on. I'm around.
Yeah, like
come on.
Yeah, so because I think they just scored, and I think Notre Dame had that kickoff return, and then they did the
that play was just like, because I'm like, all right, bet USC is getting momentum, but if strength of schedule matters, USC strength of schedule should be pretty damn good. If strength of schedule matters for the college football playoff, they just have to win out. they have to win.
They have to win out, and they got to get lucky. Like they got, they really need some help.
They'll need some help for sure.
But if I'm a USC fan, I look at it as good. I'm like, okay. Ball don't bounce away a couple times. Coach don't make this dang play call. We good. You
know who gets on my nerves? I'm sorry.
Who?
I have to say this. Paul Feinbaum. Like we get it. It's your boss is the SEC network, whose boss is ESPN, whose boss is ABC and the family of networks. But bro, like I would love to see Indiana go through Alabama gauntlet. Like, yo, you ain't see that the last two national champions came from the Big Ten, bro. Like, I get it. You're paid, you're employed by the SEC. And I get it. Like SEC is always going to be your home base, and you going. But bro, like your job as an analyst is just to talk ball and to see it how you see it. Maybe he does really see it this way. But if you doubted Indiana,
people see it that way.
If you doubted Indiana last year, I get it. I doubted them heading into the season. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm like the middle tier and the middle class of that conference is getting really good. But they went into Eugene, a team who hadn't lost in that conference yet, and won the game, in my opinion, in a way that you couldn't debate that they won the game or play here for Oregon, play there. No, they won the game, right? So I think once you start looking at that, and then you're talking about, well, I love to see them go through Alabama gauntlet. I don't know why that crossed in my mind. I knew at some point I was going to get that off my chest, but I said, you can continue. My bad, bro.
No,
it's good, Playboy.
The current temperature in Nebraska.
Yeah. What is it in Lincoln right now? How confident are you on your coach, even with an extension? How confident are you on?
I mean, I feel like Nebraska fans are confident, but I feel like it's like it's like we have to be confident, so we're confident. Like, I don't feel like it's a lot of proven confidence.
I look at this Nebraska season. They should have lost to Maryland, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We saw them get hands and feet placed on them by Minnesota. Looked really good in the first half versus Cincinnati. Did not show up in the second half versus Cincinnati. I look at this team, and I know a lot of people want them to be good just because of the Matt Rule year 3 thing, and just because Dylan Raiola and the immense amount of talent that he has, and he certainly could be QB1 of the 2027 class. But I don't think they're as good as everybody else does.
I don't either. I don't think Matt Rule is as good. I don't think Dylan Raiola is as good.
Okay.
Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of fake self-confidence. I mean, not fake confidence in the coaching if I'm a Nebraska fan.
Hold on, you went to that game? I didn't even know that, bro.
What, the Notre Dame game?
I've been to this year. Yeah, you went to the Notre Dame game? Oh, D-Now? I didn't even know that. He said going to get waxed by Iowa too. Hey, bro, I like what D-Now confident about Iowa, bro. It's like when you confident about Illinois, since both of y'all are so hard on y'all team, so I expect y'all to be, you know what I'm saying?
I
Damn, I
really
ain't
wish
know
we
that.
played
That's
this
good,
season, man. I really wish we played this season because you know what? Next year, if they beat us, it's because we ain't have Luke Ottmeyer now.
So. So you talked about the temperature in Nebraska. You said it's about 70 degrees. Perfect. Almost not perfect temperature, but we almost there. Some things that were left, some meat left on the bone. So what do you say that Nebraska is temperature wise? I might have missed it. My apologies if I did.
Like good spots. It's about 60, 65.
About 60, 65.
It could be winter. But I mean, as far I'm not a what's the weather people?
He said we're gonna be starting a freshman next year, Jalen. He's got a good point there. Can't cancel each other out. Ain't no excuse there, brother.
No, right now I can't tell if it's near summertime or wintertime. But time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell whether it's gonna get hotter.
I like how you put that together.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Dylan Raiola is like I'm really looking at Dylan Raiola for this game because they just played Northwestern. He had 1 touchdown, 1 interception for like 140 yards, 141 yards.
Preston Stone,
you gonna need
me in that game,
bro. He had 3 interceptions?
Yeah, that's his second game this year with that.
Like
his good games, he's played really good. The bad games, he's played horrible.
Yeah, but Nebraska's gonna need consistent offense against USC because USC can put up points
and bunches.
Yeah,
for sure.
And
they're balanced.
They might. They got the best. They got the best 1-2 punch at wide receiver.
That's a great. I think based on results, yeah, not based on what our minds were heading into the season.
Yeah, because I mean, I know Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate is right there. But dang, USC wide receiver.
They average 530 yards per game, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, Dylan Raiola like the big name I'm looking for in this. I don't know how the climate will be. I don't know if that'll have a big effect on it. USC defense I'll be watching for because when USC plays teams with pulses, they kind of struggle on defense.
They do.
I feel like when they play Illinois, Illinois is able to move the ball when it came to passing. When they play Notre Dame was able to run the ball. Jeremiah Love was
had a field day.
Yeah. Right. So I'm interested to see how Nebraska attacks USC. Like I know what USC is going to do. I feel like, but I feel like I've said that in the past by a couple teams and they just lost. So yeah, like, were you going to ask something?
No. Go ahead.
Oh no! I thought you were going to ask something.
I was. There's a few things that I'm looking at. It's USC, as bad as their run defense is, they're really good on third downs. They get people off the field at 53%,
that is true.
Percent of the time, which is 6th in the nation. And Nebraska offensively is at 41%, which is 57th in the nation, but kind of like that bottom tier.
Yeah.
And in the at least the Power 4 rank. So I think that is an amazing strength that they have. And when you play in the Big Ten, I think you need that balance. I think we've seen Lane Kiffin have a lot of success with that balance. Jim Harbaugh wanted it, but at some point Michigan just became a run-oriented team. This USC team is dangerous. There's not a game that USC will play unless they played Ohio State this year, which I don't believe they do, where I'm not picking them to win. Like that's how confident I am in this team, and where Lincoln Riley has his program at right now.
Yeah, I'm really mad. When the season started coming along, I started bigging them up.
I think
like
you
3-0, 4-0.
Moon and I did. Yep.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, they're gonna be Illinois. Lost to Illinois. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Then I think they
had
lost another game. Yeah,
had opportunities. They beat Michigan. They kind of beat the crap out of Michigan.
They really
like, that's what.
Really outside of that Justin Haynes run, they really didn't have much offense for real.
They did. And it was a broken play too that they were able to convert. Underwood had threw a touchdown pass off of.
Okay. Yeah, like I don't really. That Michigan game was nasty. I was not expecting that game, but
me either. especially all the momentum Michigan had after beating Nebraska. They had a lot of momentum. They was able to run the rock. I believe, were they idle the week before they played USC? I want to say they were.
I don't know if they were or not,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like they were
But
just able to move the ball against Nebraska, really running it for real. For real, they haven't
mm-hmm.
really. I don't know if it's Bryce Underwood. I don't know if it's the coaching staff, but they haven't really thrown it too crazy well this season.
I think
like 5 touchdowns.
That's just showing more identity. I think teams who are balanced in college football have more success. I think Notre Dame has more than one way to beat you. Texas A&M got about 7 ways to beat you.
I
Ole
think
Miss
Michigan
got a
has
few
one
ways.
way to beat you right now.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna play sound defensively and run a rock. And if that doesn't work, they're gonna lose.
So basically, they overpaid for a quarterback. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that quarterback's gonna be there. Does Michigan help him get to the next level? And of course, they're going to use, we got JJ McCarthy to the next level. So, yes, we can certainly develop you here. But now wins matter. Our jobs are not on the line. But I feel like in college football, each and every year, your job's on the line because you never know. You know, who'd have thought a year ago that BK would have been fired? You know,
I mean, some people would have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You probably would have thought more than I would. So.
Well, I don't think I would have had that in the cards now. National championship aspirations that a lot of people have. I did, even with the roster and how outstanding that roster was. I just didn't see it because I didn't trust him. I just seen them, lose games that I felt like or just weren't prepared. Like this year was the Marcel Reed show, right? They came there into their house and embarrassed him. Last year was the Jalen Milroe show. He came there and embarrassed them, bro. Like to me, if you can't get your team prepared and ready to play a game and that attention to detail is there, like I think this year was the first year I actually Brian Kelly started getting on people. And that's because your job is on the line. He's getting on coordinators. He's getting on players. What we doing? And not a rhetorical question. Like literally, what were you doing? I need answers for it. I think this year was the first year that we saw that, but it was kind of too late. And it's just that accountability piece.
This game probably not had playoff implications for USC, but the other game we talk about does.
Mm-hmm. It does. So let's talk about this Tennessee Oklahoma game. I think it's an outstanding game. And where are you at with both of these programs right now? What's the current temperature in Knoxville? I think my answer would probably favor Tennessee. Their fans will probably be more happier with my answer than they would be because I didn't,
especially with the loss last week Oklahoma had. Oh, you just like, bro. Material Magic don't look like Magic anymore.
Bro, you ever see somebody and they're just over processing everything and they're overthinking? You ever had a conversation with somebody who's just overthinking everything and you're trying your best to calm them down? Like, yo, maybe it was a person you was, in a relationship with. You're trying to like, nah, bro. I think you're looking too deep into this, right?
I feel like that happens with everybody at some point.
John Mateer last week, bro, he was overthinking everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything he was overthinking. He was just over processing everything. And I think because he knows, like, I think it weighs differently when hey, if I don't play great, my coach is going to get fired this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why he was rushed back against Texas. They didn't look good against Texas. He looked horrible against Texas. This Ole Miss game, I think they made it more respectable than it really was. Were you at Oklahoma? I think Tennessee, if I was to give weather, I think it's 75. I think it's a perfect day. I think
Tennessee is more like 80.
80, yeah.
80
I agree with you. Bro, they took lemons and made lemonade, bro.
Yeah.
Like think about it. They're top corner, one of the best corners in the country. I think when he's healthy, the best corner in the country. And Jamar McCoy hasn't played most of the year.
Yeah.
Dude, like you think about the quarterback situation dating back to April when they dismissed Nico Iamaleava from the football program. He goes to UCLA. And then I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. Kid from App State. And Joey Aguilar steps in as the quarterback there. And my thought process was he didn't play great last year. Played kind of poorly, if I'm being honest, because I had huge aspirations for App State last year. I mean, I'm talking about as huge as I thought they had an opportunity to play and compete for the G5 spot in the college football playoff. I truly believed that a year ago. And he didn't play well. Did look good in 2023. So I just didn't know how he would fit in that veer and shoot system that Heupel likes to run. And it, of course, is anchored and orchestrated by Joey Hazel. But they're playing better than the expectation. Now, people in Knoxville may not feel that way, but how are you feeling about Tennessee right now?
I mean, I like Tennessee right now. They'd be a play away from probably being like almost a guaranteed playoff team. with the Georgia loss, but
Georgia loss is going to hurt.
Yeah, and maybe even
They,
Alabama lost with that
they,
pick
they, they
six
did,
at
yeah,
halftime.
they didn't look too shabby in that game.
Yeah,
But it's a raucous environment against a tough opponent.
Yeah, but if I'm a Tennessee fan, I feel happy. I mean, right now, I think I'm pleased with what Tennessee has done. I didn't really expect a crazy amount of ton from them. Like I didn't. I mean, I expected them to be good. Remember, me and you had our differences. What did D-Now say? Did D-Now say something big?
Yeah, he said he think Oklahoma is bringing hyper home this offseason. That's huge. Wow.
Yeah, and I look at this game. It has lots of implications on it. Basically, whoever loses the game is out of the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
And to do that, Oklahoma is going to need John Mateer to play well because last week he overthrew a couple people. You say he's over processing. Yeah, he is. They just I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if he's not healthy or what, but
I'm sure that has some aspects to it. But from at least a scheme perspective, the air raid is a very simple offense. A lot of these reads are super simple. Like if you're running a 66 concept, like you decide which is your reads. Like if you're going to look left, it's always going to be hitched to slide fade. If you look to the right, it's always going to be hitched to slide fade. It's just like you ever open your browser and that joint take forever to load. Like that's what he's doing in a
that before we got on here.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing in a pocket, in my opinion. But there's times he looks magnetic, and you see the Mateer magic. But there's just other times like it's just a bunch of processing. And I thought that there was some success to be had, especially after Ole Miss struggled against Georgia. Like there's games I tell you, Gunnar Stockton has had two really brilliant games this year. It was against Ole Miss and that Tennessee game. I mean, he just played outstanding. I didn't think he could win games like that.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree. Losers out. What if I told you that Oklahoma doesn't win another game this year? Is Brent Venables gone?
I don't think he's gone because they're gonna have the excuse of Mateer being hurt at one point, him probably not ending the season healthy. But boy, is his seat like really hot.
You think it's hot?
Yeah, like he's doing like he's like has both hands on like the armrest, and he's just like lifting himself up because.
Well, let me tell you this. They go to Knoxville.
Yep.
Right. Then they're idle. Then they go to Tuscaloosa. Then they're back home, but they're playing Missouri. And of course, the kid Matt Zollers, who I like a lot. I think he can be really good for Missouri. He's taking over for Bo Prabula, who's out for the rest of the year. And then they play LSU last game of the season. They can very well lose the rest of their games this season. Now, should they? No, they shouldn't. They still have an opportunity. You know, college football playoff implications, like you said, this is a college football playoff game. The rest of your games for the remainder of the season for both Tennessee and Oklahoma, these are all playoff games. It starts now. So talk to me about some of the players that you watch in this game and ultimately who you think gonna win this game.
So I got Star Thomas to be like running back.
They do have like a running back by like committee.
Yeah, because they got Deshaun Bishop as well, who did pretty good last week.
And you got the kid Lewis as well.
Yeah. I'll also be keeping track of like Tennessee's whole defense. I mean, at one point, Kentucky was keeping up with them at one point. It was kind of
the score didn't indicate how truly close that game was. Yeah. I'm glad you caught that. And they struggled with Arkansas a little bit too.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
And then you got like John Mateer, and you look at like what they were able to do last week on offense, Oklahoma, they were able to move the ball well, but at some point it stalled out in like the fourth quarter, the late third, fourth quarter, it started stalling. Whenever they got to 26 points, and this honestly might be a high scoring game with the way both defenses looked last week, but they might match up well together. I don't know.
I don't know either. I think that's the troubling thing for Oklahoma, because if you look at it from like Jim Nagy's perspective, he said, "Hey, all right, we do have some talent in our running back room, but if we go get a guy like Jaden Ott, he should be successful. He should be really successful in the system with the other guys that we got. This makes a great stable of running backs, and that has not been the case. And that's the most concerning thing for Oklahoma.
Yeah, but you also like Oklahoma's gonna have to cover Chris Brazil this week.
Dude,
he had 130 last week. Yeah,
he can't be stopped.
Yeah. I don't on the way Oklahoma struggled last week playing defense. I'm skeptical right now. It looked good beginning of the season, but since that Texas game, I feel like it's kind of taken a big dip. But
yes,
yeah, I'm not excited. I mean, who are you choosing for this game? Because I got Tennessee.
I have to go Tennessee, and I didn't think I would be saying that with John Mateer at quarterback, Ben Arbuckle at offensive coordinator, but I think his name's Torrey Blaylock, running back for Oklahoma. He's going to be pivotal for this game. He has had some success this season, but Tatum hasn't turned into the prospect we thought he'd been. He only got 1 carry on the season. Jaden Ott is averaging 3.2 yards per carry. Xavier Robinson just hasn't had enough carries. And, of course, Mateer, the only reason his rushing number is so low is because the sacks count against him. So, yeah, and it is Torrey Blaylock. But in that environment, Tennessee, Knoxville is going to be absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm going with you. Give me Tennessee. Give me Tennessee. I think they're going to score points in bunches. And if the game does become a shootout, how does Oklahoma keep up with them? And furthermore, I think Lane Kiffin let the cat out of the bag. And I think a lot of people miss this. He was saying that Brent Venables is one of the best sign stealers in college football, but he didn't say it in that way to make it sound sketchy. Yeah, but yeah, he was like, you know what I'm saying? They're good at, I forgot how he worded it and what was like the verbiage for it, but the way he worded it was pretty much that. Like, so I wonder how teams will kind of change it moving forward so they can't get kind of a read on it. But also, Ole Miss plays really fast. Tennessee also plays really fast as well. I think nobody goes fast in Ole Miss in college football. I just don't. But Tennessee plays really fast too. So yeah, I got Tennessee winning the game as well. But yeah, what you been working on, man? Before we get up out of here,
I'm working on an Indiana video. So
the rise of the program.
Yeah, I will work on how Iowa found offense, but I don't believe it. So.
Have you played college football since the update? I had so much fun playing with Trinidad Shambliss yesterday. What time you and Weez want me to do our 2000s 2K league? That's gonna be fun.
I don't know. Probably tonight. I might, because after y'all got off, I ran with Zion, her brother, on Outlast Trials. So I don't know. They was talking about maybe running today. Although she might plan on running 2K. I don't know.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, if you just got some time, I know tomorrow you're gonna be busy. Sunday I got some availability, so we can just knock out this thing.
I want to say about 10 my time, maybe 11. I don't know.
All right, that's a bet. Well, yeah, man. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in the sport. That's a 5 for the fans. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. Shout out to everybody who always comes in here and support the show. Shout out to my guy D-Now. Glad to have you back. Prayers to you and yours, man. It ain't the same without you, brother. I tell you that. And you all take care.